Yo, how's it going, everybody? It's MacklinGaming, and welcome to a super fun video. We're heading outside of the studio today to Collecticon Chicago for the second year in a row. I went last year for the first time and it was so fun. They got everything from Pokemon cards to Funko Pops to retro video games. They've got voice actors, celebrity voice actors that you can get autographs from. And it's just like a little Comic-Con, a bit smaller than that, but it's super fun. I'm so excited to be back for the second year in a row. I don't think I'm gonna wait in any lines to get autographs this year because last year I got Charles Martinet and Christopher Judge, which was great, but that took a lot of time out of the day waiting in lines. So I'm not gonna do that this year, but I'm gonna snoop around, get some good footage, maybe pick up some new Pokemon cards or some retro video games for a reasonable price. We will have to see, but either way, let's go check it out.
Hey, sweetheart.
Thank you.
Safflower, come and check in over here.
This is pretty awesome right here. Can I do a Prismatic Evolutions booster bundle?
You want to grab it?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Good, how are you?
Let me know if you have any questions.
All right, I will. These are nice.
Thank
Do you
you.
make these?
I catch them.
You catch them all?
I haven't got them all yet, but
So cool. Do you have a favorite?
Sylveon.
Oh yeah. All right, we're back in the studio after an awesome day at Collecticon. Now, I did some things differently this year than I did last year, which was my first year. Last year, I waited in a lot of lines that day. I waited in the line for PSA to get my cards graded, and I thought I was going to do that again this year, but it's such a slow-moving line, and I wanted to change it up this year. I wanted to move around a lot more around the floor. You know, I just felt impatient waiting in line to get the cards graded, especially because I know of a different store that I can go to, just take the train and get my cards submitted to PSA through that storefront. So usually there aren't lines there, so that should be the way to go. But let me show you the cards that I was gonna send in, and then I will send in for PSA grading soon. I know this is a video game channel, right? But I only do this like once a year. This is my other hobby, all right? Deal with it. The Golden Mew from Celebrations. Look at this, baby. Miraidon Pokemon Center. It's got the little Pokemon Center label there. That's a promo. That could be a PSA 10, upwards of like $700. Let's go. And then I want to send in my 151 Squirtle full art or illustration rare. He's surfing the waves. So Squirtle's pretty cool, but he's not my favorite Pokemon of all time. And I bought a card today that I have been looking for. Really, I hope to pull it out of a pack, and I never did. But here's my baby boy, Bulbasaur. Look at this beautiful boy sunbathing in the window, and you've got Pidgeys hanging out with him. This is a very desirable Bulbasaur card if you're a fan. And I have the Charmander promo, which is him like glaring at the Pidgeys outside. So I'm one card closer to completing the set. But really, it's about the Bulbasaur, baby. That is an awesome card. So I'm going to get all those graded at PSA, and I'll let you know maybe next year in a video about the returns. But I want to show you a card. If you watched my video last year, I had it submitted to PSA last year at Collecticon, and I got it back. And oh my goodness, it's a PSA 10 Immaculate Gem Mint copy. And that is what is behind me. This is my flex of the century. The Van Gogh Pikachu promo. Pikachu with a gray felt hat. Gem Mint 10. You guys look it up on eBay, baby. Last year, the PSA copy was going for like $1,100. Now it's going for over $2,000. So I'm going to hold on to that, baby, and see how that appreciates. Overall, I had a lot of fun this year at Collecticon because I was moving around, looking at all the booths, and I actually bought some product rather than last year. I was waiting in line for PSA, and I waited in line for 2 celebrity voice actors, Christopher Judge and Charles Martinet's autographs, which was great. But this year, I just didn't really want to wait in any lines for any of the voice actors, and line was out the door for Vegeta, so that was crazy. You know, I was just going to waste my day standing there. But it was a great time. I really enjoyed seeing much more of the show floor and getting into the product because Pokemon cards are just so hard to find now because scalpers have just like ruined the hobby. Where last year I could pick them up MSRP at the store, so I wasn't buying these overpriced cards. But this year I bought some overpriced cards because there aren't any other places to buy them. So it was a great time for me, honestly. I also didn't buy any retro video games. That was one thing I noticed this year is the retro video game booths were so much scarcer. It was kind of sad because I was ready to pick up a bunch of like PS2 stuff, but I looked around, there was just kind of some like obscure games people had, and only a couple of tables I saw was actually selling retro video games. So that was kind of a bummer for me, but I got really back into the Pokemon card hobby, which is bad because it's just bad for my wallet. But what do you guys think anyway about Collecticon? It comes around to a bunch of major cities, so maybe you guys can catch it at a city near you. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe because we have Pokemon Legends EA coming up next. I'm going to be covering that. We're getting back to gaming in the next video. All right, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.